Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Yo paticca samuppadang passati, so dhammang passati. Yo dhammang passati, so paticca samuppadang passati. He who sees paticca samuppada sees the Dhamma. Who sees Dhamma sees paticca samuppada. This is one of the utterances of the Buddha. Friends, today is the last day talk. This is the last talk for this retreat. Today we need to understand Paticca Samuppada. For this Dhamma talk, our topic is how to see things as they are based on Paticca Samuppada. So let's first understand what Paticca Samuppada is. Paticca Samuppada is one of the fundamental teachings of the Buddha, which is the most profound teaching of the Buddha. One of the fundamental teachings, as I said. The Buddha realized the Dhamma. He mainly realized three principles: the Four Noble Truths, the dependent origination, Paticca Samuppada, and the three characteristics of existence. In accordance with the five fearful animosities, the sutta named five fearful animosities, Pancha Bhaya Vera Sutta, of the connected discourses of the Buddha, Buddha very clearly says, in order to realize the Dhamma, in order to come to the path as a stream winner, stream enterer, one has to realize three things. The three things are complete extirpation, complete extermination of the five fearful animosities. That is the first one. The second one is the accomplishment of the four factors pertaining to the stream enterer. To come to the stream enterer, there are four factors to be fulfilled. The four factors are Buddhe aveccappasada, Dhamme aveccappasada, Sanghe aveccappasada, Aryakanta Sila. Unwavering confidence in the Buddha, unwavering confidence in the Dhamma, unwavering confidence in the Sangha. And the noble Sila, which is dear to noble ones. Aryakanta Sila. These factors are to be fulfilled. That is the second factor for the accomplishment of the state of stream enterer. Then the third factor is clear seeing and thorough penetration of the dependent origination. Clear seeing. Clearly, you have to clearly see this, clearly understand this, and penetrate this for the attainment of the first stage, which is called stream enterer. To become a stream enterer, one has to understand and realize this Paticca Samuppada as well. As it is so profound, it is to be understood clearly. Buddha realized this Dhamma under the Bodhi tree, and he, after his attainment of enlightenment, being sensitive to the great bliss that he gained, he spent 7 days on the same posture, being sensitive to that bliss. For 7 days, he experienced being sensitive to that state of bliss as peaceful. After that, during the first watch of night, he recollected the Paticcasamuppada in a progress way and the regress way. Progress way means starting from avijja paccaya sankhara, sankhara paccaya vijnana, like that. That is the progress way. Then the regress way is from jara marana, came back to the same place. That is the regress way. So progress way and regress way, back and forth. So he contemplated on this during the first watch of night, and then he said, Yada have patu bhavanti dhamma atapino jayatu brahmanassa athassa kanka vapayanti sankha vapayanti sabba yato pajanati sahetu dhamma. As phenomena grow clear to the Brahmin, ardent, absorbed, his all doubts vanish when he discerns what has a cause. That's the meaning. He said this, when he discerned the Dhamma has cause, he understood the cause of Dhamma. Dhamma arises because of cause. He understood this. With that, all his doubts vanish. That is the meaning. Then in the mid-watch, he reflected the same thing. He reflected the Paticcasamuppada, progress way and regress way. And he said, as phenomena grow clear to the Brahmin, ardent, absorbed, his all doubts vanish when he penetrates the end of condition. He understood that all conditions come to cease. Whatever arises, it comes to cease. He realizes this too. And then when it was dawn, the third watch of night, he again contemplated this Paticcasamuppada, progress way and the regress way, and said, as phenomena grow clear to the Brahmin, ardent, absorbed, he stands routing the troops of Mara, routing the troops of Mara, sending them off, outing, sending all Mara. He illumines, he stood like the sun that illumines the sky. He said this referring to himself. Brahmin means himself. So this is how the Buddha recollected, how he sort of recollected, contemplated on Paticcasamuppada. After his attainment of enlightenment, 2 months after, he delivered the first sermon, and then one day, Venerable Assaji was going from house to house begging Pindapata. Then a young man came towards him. His name was Upatissa. The young man, his name was Upatissa. He came to him and asked, Bhante, your posture, your actions are very calm, quiet actions. You are moving slowly. Who is your teacher? What is the Dhamma he teaches? What is his teaching? when he asked, who is the teacher? Then this Bhante, Venerable Assaji said, Ye Dhamma hetu pabhava tesang hetu tathagato aha te sanchayo nirodho evaṁ vādi maha samanu. Maha samana, the great monk, great recluse is my teacher. This young man is Venerable, who became later Venerable Sariputta. In his lay life, his name was Upatissa. It was he who asked this question. When asked, Venerable Assaji said, Ye Dhamma hetuppabhava. Whatever the Dhamma comes to be, because of causes. Causes. You see, cause and effect. This is the causality. This is what is called causality. Ye Dhamma hetuppabhava tesang hetu tathagato aha. The Tathagata, the Buddha, teaches those causes. He points out the causes. Tesang hetu tathagato aha. Tesanchayo nirodha. Not only that, he teaches the cessation of those causes. Causes and their cessation. Tesanchayo nirodha. Evaṁ vādi maha samanu. That great recluse, great teacher, teaches such Dhamma. So that is again Paticcasamuppada. How he said Paticcasamuppada. Paticcasamuppada, normally it is translated as dependent origination. There are some synonyms such as causality, interdependency, causal relation, cogenesis, like that. There are several synonyms as well. One day Venerable Ananda went to the Buddha, and Ananda said, Bhante, this Paticcasamuppada for me is so clear, very clear, Bhante, very easy, this Paticcasamuppada. Then Buddha said, do not say so, Ananda, do not say so. Ma hevaṁ Ananda, ma hevaṁ Ananda. Ananda, do not say so, do not say so. This Paticcasamuppada is so deep, profound. Gambhiro chayang Ananda Paticcasamuppada. It is Gambhira, so deep, so profound, this Dhamma. Gambhiro chayang Ananda Dhamma Paticcasamuppada. Etassa Ananda Dhammassa Ananubodha Appati Veda. It is because of not understanding, not realizing this Paticcasamuppada, we are wandering in samsara. We are wandering in samsara without finding the ends. Without finding the end. Just Buddha gave the simile, just like not a ball of string. You can't find the end, or the soft grass, hay, suppose hay, soft hay, when it is not shavel, it's quite difficult to find the end. Just like that, it is difficult to find the end of this samsara. It is because of not understanding the Paticcasamuppada. So it is quite difficult to understand this Paticcasamuppada, because the sansaric chakra, sansaric cycle is to be understood. Now, this chakra is to be understood as the Buddha taught us. There are different definitions. Some talk about Paticcasamuppada, putting this Paticcasamuppada into three different existences: pre-existence, re-existence and this existence. 3 lives, which is not in the suttas. So the Paticcasamuppada, when we see this, first we have to understand these factors. These are called Dhamma. 12 links are called Dhamma. These are how the Buddha showed this Dhamma exists interdependently. there's a principle of Paticcasamuppada. The principle is one exists because of the other. One exists because of the other. The Buddha said, Imasmin sati idang hoti. When this comes to be. Imasmin sati idang hoti. It is because of this exists. Now, it exists because of this. Imasmin asati idang nahoti. When this is not, this is also not there. They come together and stay together. And if one goes, the others also fall apart. That is what happened. So that is the principle. According to that principle, we have to understand these 12 factors. They exist because of the other thing. One exists because of the other. Avidya exists because of sankhara. Sankhara exists because of vijnana. Vijnana exists because of nama-rupa. Nama-rupa exists because of salayatana. Salayatana exists because of phassa. Phassa exists because of vedana. Vedana exists because of tanha. Tanha exists because of upadana. Upadana exists because of bhava. Bhava exists because of jati. Jati exists because of jara marana. The other way around the same. Jara marana exists because of jati. Jati exists because of bhava. That is the right way to understand this. If you start from avidya, you can't understand this. But it is crystal clear when you see jara marana, which we experience right now. Right? That is how the Buddha realized this. Starting from that, jara marana. Jara marana. What is jara marana? Jara marana. Jara marana means aging and death. Aging and death come to be because of jati. Then jati comes to be because of bhava. Bhava comes to be because of upadana. Upadana comes to be because of tanha. Tanha comes to be because of vedana. Vedana comes to be because of phassa. Phassa comes to be because of salayatana. Salayatana comes to be because of nama-rupa. Nama-rupa comes to be because of vijnana. Vijnana comes to be because of sankhara. Sankhara comes to be because of avidya. Now let's understand the meaning of these things. This is how we have to understand this, not to go surface. I want to make this bit clearer. Avidya. What is avidya? Avidya means no vidya. Vidya means science. Vidya is science. Avidya means nay science, not science, not known. Not known what? Not known what? The Buddha said clearly, not known dukkha as dukkha. The cause of dukkha as the cause of dukkha. Cessation of dukkha as the cessation of dukkha. And the path leading to the cessation of dukkha as the path leading to the cessation of dukkha. If one does not know these four things, that is avidya. Dukkhe ajnanam, dukkha samude ajnanam, dukkha nirode ajnanam, dukkha nirodhagamini patipadaya ajnanam. That is what is called not knowing, not understanding, no right understanding, in other words. Avidya means that. Then sankhara. What is sankhara? There are three types of sankhara. Punyabhisankhara, apunyabhisankhara, ananjabhisankhara. Three types of sankhara. Basically these three. Punya means merit. Sankhara, the formations. Formation, verbal. So, formations, merit, meritorious deed, demeritorious deed, neither meritorious nor demeritorious. These are called three types of sankhara. And again there are another three types of sankhara. Verbal sankhara, physical sankhara, verbal sankhara, and mental sankhara. Kaya sankhara, vachi sankhara, and chitta sankhara. Here kaya sankhara means bodily formations. That means breath. Bodily formation means, in this case, breath. Verbal sankhara means vitakka vichara. Vitakka means applied thoughts, and then vichara means sustained thought. In other words, thinking and examining. Then chitta sankhara means feeling and perception. Feeling and perception. So those are three types of sankhara. All those are called sankhara. Now vijnana. Vijnana means 6 types of vijnana. Not one. Vijnana, when you say vijnana here, not one. 6 types of vijnana. Eye consciousness. Vijnana is consciousness. Eye consciousness, ear consciousness, nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, body consciousness, and mind consciousness. We know this well now. As we have been practicing, we know this now. Then nama rupa. Nama rupa means nama means mentality. Rupa means physicality. Now, when you say nama, feeling, perception, volitional formation, contact, and attention. These 5 are called nama, mentality. Okay, that is why the circle of the circle, this side you can see 5 lines. This side, 5 lines. The other side, physicality, which is 4 elements. There are 4 lines to denote 4 elements. You know the 4 elements: earth, water, fire, air. And then the circle is formed with these 9 factors, and on the top there is another thing. That is what is called vijnana. The clear part of the circle denotes vijnana. Okay? So that is how the cycle is formed there. Now, nama rupa vijnana. Then salayatana. Salayatana means 6 sense bases. You know these 6. Phassa. Phassa means contact. Vedana means feeling. Tanha means craving. Upadana. Upadana means clinging. Attachment. There are 4 types of clinging. Kamupadana, clinging to sensual pleasures. Kamupadana. Then ditti upadana. Ditti means view. You cling to view, certain view. You believe some certain view and cling to that. Oh, this is what is right. All others are false. Clinging to view. Ditti upadana. Then silabbata upadana. Silabbata means you cling to sila. You cling to rites and rituals. That is also upadana. Then attavada upadana. Attavada is you cling to soul, self. That's also an upadana. Then bhava. Bhava means there are 3 bhavas, 3 existences. Kama bhava, rupa bhava, and arupa bhava. Kama bhava means sensual existence. The sensual sphere, this world is called Kama Loka, Kama Bhava. Kama Bhava. Rupa Bhava means material existence, material sphere. Then Arupa Bhava is immaterial existence, immaterial sphere. Those are 3 Bhava. Then Jati. Jati is birth. Jara, Marana, decay and death. So those are the 12 factors. Now, one day, while Venerable Sariputta and Mahakottita, while they were living at the place where the Buddha delivered his first sermon, Varanasi, the place called Isipatana Megadaya, that's that monastery. While they were living there, one day Venerable Kottita, Maha Kottita, after his evening sitting, he came to meet Venerable Sariputta. And he asked Bhante, they both were enlightened ones. Now Venerable Maha Kottita asked, Bhante, is this Jara Marana? How this Jara Marana come to be? Is that something created by oneself? Is that created by oneself, this Jara Marana? Then Venerable Sariputta said, no. Then is that created by oneself or another? Oneself and another? No. First he asked whether it was created by oneself. Venerable Sariputta said, no. Secondly he asked, then was it created by another? He said, no. Venerable Sariputta said, no. Then he asked, was it created by oneself and another, both together? Then Venerable Sariputta said, no. Then he asked, is that then come to be spontaneously, without any cause? Then Venerable Sariputta said, no. Then how it comes to be? Then Venerable Sariputta said, Jara Marana comes to be because of jati. There's a cause. Without a cause, nothing happens. So Jara Marana comes to be because of jati, because of birth. Then he asked the second question, then how comes this birth, jati, how it comes to be? Was it created by oneself? No. Venerable Sariputta said, no. Was it created by another? No. Was it created by oneself and another? No. Then was it come to be involuntarily, without any cause? No. Jati come to be because of bhava. Because of bhava. Then he asked, how about bhava? He asked the same question, whether it is created by oneself, created by another, created by both, or came to be without a cause. He said, no, bhava comes to be because of upadana. Then he asked the same question, upadana. He answered the same, Venerable Sariputta, to make it short. Tanha. He asked the same question. Tanha, referring to tanha, whether tanha. And Vedana, Phassa, Salayatana. He asked the same question. And Venerable Sariputta answered the same, right? Now, Venerable Kottita asked Bhante, how this Salayatana comes to be? Whether Salayatana were created by oneself, or another, or both, or came to be without any cause? Venerable Sariputta said, no. Salayatana comes to be because of Nama Rupa. Then I asked, what about Nama Rupa? How Nama Rupa comes to be? Was it created by oneself? Venerable Sariputta said, no. By another? No. By oneself and another? No. Without a cause? No. Then how Nama Rupa comes to be? Venerable Sariputta said, Nama Rupa comes to be because of Vijnana. Then next question, then how Vijnana comes to be, Bhante? Now be careful, give full attention. How Vijnana comes to be? Whether it was created by oneself? No. Another? No. Oneself and another? Or both? No. Vijnana comes to be because of Nama Rupa. That was the answer. Venerable Sariputta did not say Vijnana comes to be because of Sankara. Did you see like this? It goes like this. Make a circle. That is the circle there. Vijnana comes to be because of Nama Rupa. Then Nama Rupa comes to be because of Vijnana. Like this. Nama Rupa Pacchaya Vijnanam, Vijnana Pacchaya Nama Rupa. This is what is called Sansaric cycle. That is the Sansaric cycle. So this Sansaric cycle is to be understood. This Sansaric cycle should be cut off. Now there's a round, there's a circle, which is called Vatta. In Pali it is called Vatta. Now this, you can see two marks there on the road, on this cycle, the big cycle. Two arrows to both sides. Now this one, the arrow from the circle to the down, which shows down, which is the stream, which is one stream. The up, that is called upper stream. This is the lower stream. There are two streams now. We have only one, though when you cut this into two, you can see two streams. One stream downward, other in upwards. This is called Sansaric stream. Bhavasota. Bhavasota, Sansaric, it goes to the Sansara. That one is called Dhammasota. Dhammasota, Dhamma stream. You have to go against the current. Now, in the Sangyukta Nikaya, connected discourses, once a certain deity came to the Buddha and asked a question. He asked, Kuto sara nivattanti katta vattang na vattati katta namancha rupancha asesang uparujjati. He asked, Bhante, Kuto sara nivattanti. Sara means stream. Where the stream stopped. Where the stream stopped. Now the stream, there are two streams. Where the streams stopped. Kuto sara nivattanti. Katta vattang navattati. Where this vatta is round, the circle. Where the circle na vattati, no more revolve. Where does the circle no more revolve, no more go round. Katta vattang navattati. Katta namancha rupancha asesang uparujjati. Where this nama and rupa completely come to cessation without remainders. Remainderlessly, how it come to cease? Where does it come to cease? That was the question he asked. Then the Buddha said, Yatta apocha patavi tejo vayo na gadati. Patavi, apo, tejo, vayo. These four. Where these four do not find footing, no find a place. Where these four do not find a place to foot, no find footing. Yatta apo cha patavi tejo vayo na gadati ato sara nivattanti. That is the place where these streams stop. Streams stop because there are no four elements. There are no four elements, no streams. Yatta apo cha patavi tejo vayo nagadati. Ato sara nivattanti. That is the place where streams stop. Ato sara nivattanti. Etta vattang navattati. Then the vatta, the circle is no more revolved there. Etta vattang navattati. Etta namancha rupancha. Asesang uparujyati, they are where they are both nama and rupa. Both come to the cessation, remainless. Come to complete cessation. Cessation completely. That is how the Buddha answered the question. Now then, the question for us is how to cut off this cycle, the circle. How to cut off? This circle should be cut off. Nama, Rupa and Vijnana, this is the circle. This circle should be cut off. That is a samsaric circle, samsaric cycle. It is to be cut off. How to do that? The Buddha says that cut this stream. Buddha says that. Cut this stream. To whom? To me, to you. Everybody. Buddha says, Chinda sotang parakamma. This is how the Buddha said this. Chinda means cut. Chinda sotang. What is to be cut? Stream. Chinda sotang. Parakamma. You cannot cut this easily. Parakamma, with great effort, strenuously, ardently, cut this. Chinda sotam parakamma. Kame panuda. Avoid kama, avoid lust. Avoid lust and cut this stream. This is the Buddha's advice to us, to the person who is practicing both samatha and vipassana. Without vipassana you cannot cut this. Cut the stream. Chinda sotam parakamma kame panuda brahmana. Then sankharanang kayang nyatva. Know that you are destroying sankhara. When you cut off this stream, what happens? Now when you cut off the streams, this is one side, that is the other side. Now Nama-rupa is one side, Vijnana is the other side. Nama-rupa, now when you come to this point, according to the dialogue between Venerable Sariputta and Mahakottita, when he asked the question, how this Nama-rupa comes to be, Venerable Sariputta said, Nama-rupa comes to be because of Vijnana. Then when asked how Vijnana comes to be, he said Vijnana comes to be because of Nama-rupa. Venerable Mahakottita couldn't understand this. He asked the question, how comes? You said that Nama-rupa comes to be because of Vijnana, then Vijnana comes to be because of Nama-rupa. How it? I couldn't understand. Then he gave a simile. Simile of two bundles of reeds. Bundles of reeds, bundles of woods, say. Two bundles of wood. When the two bundles keep like this together, they can stand because of interdependency, right? They can stand if you put two together like this. Like this. If you keep two together like this, they can stand like this. Now, that is what shows with these red lines. All these are interdependently standing. So when Nama-rupa and Vijnana stands like this, now all these are interconnected, right? All these factors are connected to this one. It is like what you call dominoes. There's a particular plane, dominoes. So what happens if you hit one, then the other one, all this fall apart, right? Like a dominoes. That is exactly what happens when you kick Nama-rupa. Then Salayatana is connected to that. Phassa, Vedana, all these are connected. All these have Vijnana. When Vijnana is no more, all these come apart. They all fall apart. From Nama Rupa to Jara Marana. That is what happened. Now that side, this Dhamma Sota, Vijnana, it's a clear Vijnana now. It's a clear Vijnana, but not very clear because still there are Sankhara and Avijja. So the Buddha's advice here is, understand that Sankhara is, you are going to cut off Sankhara. Sankharana kayang nyatva. Understand that you are going to cut off Sankhara. So he cuts off this Sankhara as well. When he cuts off Sankhara, he can become, now, when he cut off Namarupa and Vijnana, he becomes stream enterer. As a result, he further practice. When he practice further and further, he can understand Sankhara, and he then becomes a stream enterer, once returner, then non-returner as well. Still he has avijja, though he is a non-returner. He has cut off not avijja, still he has avijja, underlying tendencies of ignorance. Therefore, he is not yet enlightened. Now, when he cuts off Sankhara, avijja depends on something. Avijja, Venerable Sariputta says in the Samma Ditti Sutta, avijja depends on asava. Asava means taints. There are three types of taints: kamasava, bhavasava, avijjasava. So, avijja depends on three types of taints. Those taints are also to be cut off. Now, if you cut off avijja, you can destroy taints. If you destroy taints, if you cut off taints, you can destroy avijja. So you to cut off these three types of taints. Asava. If you cut off these three types of taints, you can become a khinasava. Khinasava is a name for Arahant. So in such a way, you can become an Arahant, the enlightened one. That is how we cut off the sansaric cycle and attain enlightenment, the Arahantship. Then that Arahantship, that mentality, is a crystal clear mind. No more Nama Rupa. Therefore, it is called Appatittita Vijnana. Patittita means there is some. Patittita means it has a place to establish. Just like this, when you put the hands here, as it is there, it has a place to hit. Patittita. Our mind, our consciousness is called Patittita Vijnana, because there is a place to hit. What is the place? Nama Rupa. Our consciousness depends on Nama Rupa. Whereas Arahant's consciousness is not depend on Nama Rupa. No more Nama Rupa. Therefore, no place to hit. In other words, suppose you direct a light beam, a torch, you use a flashlight, then if there is a wall, you can see that it hits the wall. Ours is like that. There is a wall to hit. Arahants, there is no wall. Just you put the light, you send the beam, it's going infinite. Just like that. That is called, Arahant's mind is called Appatittita Vijnana, which has no place to hit, no place to establish. Unestablished Vijnana. Now, Arahant's Vijnana, there is another term for Arahant Vijnana. That is Anidassana Vijnana. Anidassana means no features, no signs. No signs in that Vijnana. Because Arahant's Vijnana is crystal clear Vijnana. Featureless, no features. There's a classic example in the Digha Nikaya to explain this Vijnana. Buddha has explained this Vijnana. Digha Nikaya Kevadda Sutta. That's a story, a very interesting story. Once a certain monk was meditating, practicing, then he thought, where are these four elements? Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, completely cease. Where? He was thinking, while meditating, he was thinking of this. Where are these four elements completely cease? He couldn't get the answer. He has the power, like miraculous power. He could go to heavens or do any miracle. So what he did not go to meet the Buddha. Buddha was next to the monastery. In the monastery, he did not go to the Buddha and ask. What he did, he went to the heaven, first heaven, and he wanted to ask the question. He went to the heaven and asked the question. Nobody in the heaven, nobody knows the answer. Then he was put to the second heaven. He was asked to go to the second heaven. He went to the second heaven and asked the question. Nobody there to answer the question. Then the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth heaven. Nobody to answer the questions. He went further. Then Brahma world. He went all the way to the Maha Brahma, the great Brahma, and asked the question, where these four elements completely cease. Then he says, in front of others, he cannot say, then no, I don't know. He can't say. He says, yes, I am the Brahma. I am the great Brahma. I created all this, and I am the Brahma. He said. He did not answer the question, and he can't say that, no, I don't know, in front of others. So for the second time he asked, the third time, then he took this monk aside and said, in front of others I cannot say no. That is why this is the place you have come. This is not the right place to come to ask this question. Why didn't you go to meet the Buddha? You should have gone to the Buddha and asked this question. Better you go and meet the Buddha. Then he came down and went to see the Buddha. He put the question to the Buddha. He asked, Bhante, where these four elements completely cease? Then Buddha said, you, just like the people, like the sailors in the sea, when they sail in the sea, all the olden days, they use birds like different birds. They took birds when they went to the sea. They use birds to see the land. When they go to the sea, in the midst of the sea, they release the bird. Then the bird flies up and see around. If the birds see land, then they go to the land. If they don't see a land, they come back to the ship. So the Buddha said, you also like that. You went all the way, like the birds release, you went all the way, you did not find the place to get the answer, and finally you came back. And however, the Buddha said, the way that you ask this question, how you put this question is wrong. The way that you have to put is this. You to ask the question, not where these four elements completely cease, but where these four elements completely interior come to the cessation. Complete interior cessation. It is not externally, but interior, internally come to cessation. Buddha used the Pali terms. These two terms is to be understood. If something is externally ceased, it is called nirujjati. Nirujjati. If it is internally ceased, it is called uparujjati. Upa means internally. Internally come to the cessation, coolness, calmness, come to the complete cessation. Within. That is how you to ask the question. When he asked the question, Buddha said, Viññānaṁ anidassanaṁ. Anidassana. Viññānaṁ anidassanaṁ. This anidassana viññāna, this featureless consciousness. Viññānaṁ anidassana. Anantaṁ, it is infinite. The Arahant's consciousness is featureless and infinite. Anantaṁ, no end. Anantaṁ, no end. Infinite. Anantaṁ. Sabbato pabhaṁ, it is all over, it is luminous. This consciousness, Arahant's consciousness is luminous all over. Ananta sabbato pabhaṁ. Etta apocha patavi tejo vayo na gadati. It is where this patavi, apo, tejo, vayo are no more footing. No more get chance. No more place for patavi, apo, tejo, vayo in this consciousness. Ours are depend on patavi, apo, tejo, vayo and nama. Nama rupa both. So Arahant's consciousness have no such things. Patavi, apo, tejo, vayo and etta digancha, rassancha, anu, tulang, subha, subham. Buddha further said, in his mind, his consciousness, Arahant's consciousness, no diga, no what you call long, short, subtle, or gross, anu, tulang, subha, happy, pleasant things, asubha, no unpleasant things, subha, asubha. Etta namancha, rupancha, asesam uparujjati, this is the place where both nama and rupa completely come to cessation. Viññānasya nirodena, when the viññāna is come to the cessation, viññānasya nirodena, ettetam uparujjati. Uparujjati means come to complete coolness, calmness, coolness within. It is not outside. So Arahant's viññāna is a crystal clear viññāna where there are no such features. That is why it is called featureless. It is luminous. With the cessation of that consciousness, the consciousness comes to the cessation. Together with that, everything comes to the complete coolness, complete cessation within. That is the meaning. So the Buddha explained this consciousness, anidassana viññāna, in this manner. So this is how, friends, we have to understand this Paticcasamuppada. So Paticcasamuppada, the most important point is this Namarupa and Viññāna. Namarupa depends on Viññāna, Viññāna depends on Namarupa. That is the cycle, which is called sansaric cycle. We have to cut off this sansaric cycle. In order to cut off this sansaric cycle, we have to practice our meditation according to the technique given by the Buddha, which is called samatha vipassana tandem. We have to practice samatha and switch to vipassana. Samatha vipassana should go together. There is the technique given in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta. You see, in the Satipatthana Sutta, every section, every object, first part is samatha, this latter part, second part is vipassana. Samatha, vipassana, samatha, vipassana. That is how we have to practice. So I kindly ask you to practice this wonderful teaching, this technique introduced, revealed by the Buddha. Let's all practice this so that we can understand this Dhamma better and we can realize real Dhamma, real peace, real happiness within this world, this very world, and one day we can attain supreme bliss here in this very world. May we all attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So you can write your questions and put into the box. Take a break.